Hey everyone, Meg here from I Teach Stamping. Let's make a card. We're going to start by using the Be My Valentine stamp set. Now this does come in a bundle. We're going to be using the punch here in a bit. I'm using Daffodil Delight ink and I'm going to go over it twice. And the reason I'm going over it twice is I need it to be really bold. I'm going to be pairing this with a bright red, so I need that yellow to really stand out. So I'm going over the body of my bee twice, and next up I'm going to add the face and the little stripes. So I'm going to pick this up with my stamp positioner and flip it over, and I'm going to use Tuxedo black ink for this. Pounce over it a few times. Then we're ready to flip it over and stamp it and turn that yellow oval into a cute little bee. How adorable is this? Like, I love this so much. Okay, so next up we're ready to do our wings. I'm just going to use a regular stamp block for this in Tuxedo black ink. And then we're ready to stamp our sentiment. It's going to say Be Mine, and I'm doing this in real red ink. So it's all going to go on that one piece of white cardstock, and then I'm going to cut it apart to do my punching and cutting and all that good stuff. So this punch has the cute little bee body on it, and then you'll notice it's got a heart, and we're going to use that heart for our wings. Now, I'm using a Post-it note as a handle to make it easier to hold the little wing piece into my punch. Anytime you're using a smaller piece of cardstock and you're finding it hard to get it right into that punch where you need it, grab a Post-it note. It is one of my favorite crafting tools. Then I'm going to use scissors to cut down my sentiment. I'm just trimming it at the top and the bottom, and then I'm going to give it an angled cut on the left-hand side, and I'm going to keep it extra long on the right-hand side, and you'll see why when we go to put our card together. Next up, we're ready to do our die cutting. I'm using a circle from the Stylish Shapes dies and my mini die cutting machine. I love working with vellum because it just gives an extra pop to your card without adding another color or another deep, dark element, right? Like if I had gone with green on this. So just having that vellum is going to really help. All right, next up, I'm using the Zany Zoo Designer Series paper, and it's got these little flowers already on them. And I'm using Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends. I'm just using my dark, and I'm not doing all the flowers because I'd be here for 85 years. So I'm doing some of the flowers in yellow and then some of the flowers in real red. And then the flowers that have leaves, I'm going to go over those leaves with some Granny Apple Green Stampin' Blends. And I love this cute little color combination. Anytime I've got Daffodil Delight with real red and Granny Apple, I know it's going to look awesome. So I did my coloring on a full panel of Designer Series paper and then also a little strip that's at the bottom there. Then I'm going to take that little strip and add it onto a real red scrap that I have. And then I'm going to trim it down so that it fits perfectly. So I colored with the red, yellow, and green on that little strip as well. And then this piece is going to go onto a full panel of basic white that's 4 inches by 5¼ inches. Another scrap of real red is going to go across the big panel of pattern paper and trim off the excess. I like to start my cardstock a little bit longer than I need. That way I'm sure that it fits perfectly. All right, once we've got that done, we've got a Daffodil Delight card base. I started at 4¼ by 11 inches and scored it at 5½. On the front, we're going to add that big panel. Look how cute those colored flowers look with that red stripe. I love it. All right, and then this is the inside of our card. Super cute, right? I mean, that's just as sweet as can be. I'm using liquid glue and just a little bit of it, and that's where our vellum circle is going to go. So one of the biggest things with vellum is that your adhesive can show. So make sure you're putting your adhesive where you're going to cover it up, and our cute little bee is going to cover that up here in a bit. Some more liquid glue to attach our wings onto the body of our cute bee. And then once we have that good and in place and where we want it on the bee, like at first I thought, oh, I want it up front. Then I was like, nope, more towards the back. So I shifted it. That's the joy of liquid glue. Couple dimensionals behind the bee and the wing. And then we can add it right on top of where that liquid glue is to hide that. And no one will ever know that adhesive was behind there. And then some more liquid glue. This is why we wanted to keep that right hand side a little bit longer, is I'm going to take that and I'm going to slide it on top of the vellum but behind the bee, so it looks like it was meant to be like that all along. So there we have it. We've got our cute little sentiment with our cute little image on our cute little pattern paper. Therefore, we have a cute card, right? All right, but I'm not done yet. So I'm going to use these personalized stamps. These come from Magnuson Stamps. So I'm going to start with my initials in Daffodil Delight ink, and then I'm going to go over it, the Handmade by Meg Daves, and stamp it on top with some Tuxedo black ink. There we have it, my friends, a delightful card. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and follow I Teach Stamping for more ideas and inspiration.